Jim Plunkett's birthday is heavily connected with the beginning of the Raiders' Super Bowl run against the Cleveland Browns. Remember, Jim Plunkett won the Super Bowl 15 MVP award. The fact is the Raiders' first win since his 74th birthday to give Tom Brady a 7-4 Super Bowl record, commemorating the 74-yard touchdown run of Marcus Allen, is going to be the fact that the Raiders' Super Bowl run begins exactly 15 days after the birthday of Super Bowl 15 MVP Jim Plunkett. This is how we honor the MVP award of Jim Plunkett. He won Super Bowl 15 MVP in the first time that a wild card team won the Super Bowl. The very first wild card team to win the Super Bowl was the Oakland Raiders during Super Bowl 15 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Jim has gematria of 14. 14 prior Super Bowls, Jim Plunkett wins Super Bowl MVP. It is the Raiders. They're going to end the year with a 9-8 record before the Super Bowl championship, because of the fact that they will defeat the seven-headed beast in Revelation, Tom Brady. Everybody's ready to worship him. It's all a direct match with the book of Revelation. We're seeing it play out in front of our eyes. Tom Brady and Mark Davis and champions have gematria of 98, and it happens to be the city of Inglewood that is gematria of 98. The fact is, there are multiple avenues to the playoffs, whether it be the Titans, the Patriots, and then the Bills, or the Titans, the Chiefs, and the Patriots, or the Titans, the Patriots, and then the Chiefs. There are multiple combinations that can play out, but it's really looking like to me that the Patriots are going to face off, or rather that the Raiders are going to face off against the Titans. And there's going to be an odd team out that it doesn't face, and now it's more likely to face Kansas City versus Buffalo and New England, because obviously it's all scripted with rivalries. You got to have a new rivalry in the AFC. You got to have this Raider dynasty threaten the Chiefs, and this is how we get Mark Davis, born on the 138th day of the year, finishing the season this year with a 13-8 record with the Vegas Raiders, entering the Super Bowl at 12-8. This is a direct match. Now remember that it is Coach John Gruden and Coach Richard Bisaccia that have the same gematria. This is how secretly the Raiders are the team that Roger Goodell in the NFL want to win. Because when they went to court with the league in 1982, 1983, it was the Raiders won the Super Bowl. Al Davis defeated the league in court. He was able to keep along with this move to the Raiders in LA. So this is a big connection to make. Now, it just so happens to be the case that the Raiders are going to finish the year. Well, when we do the math here, the Raiders, I am projecting to finish the year with a 7-3 run to end the season. 7-3 because that is the record of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl entering the game. 6-1 since the birthday of Jim Plunkett, because it's Las Vegas Raiders that also has gematria of 61. So the Raiders should end the year with a 7-3 run since the birthday of Jim Plunkett. And now we can compute his name to see if we get any more meaning. Well, already it'd be the 29th playoff win for the Raiders in the history of the franchise. Jim Plunkett. Now, we all thought that, hey, last win before his birthday was against the Dallas Cowboys, but rather the next win for the Raiders after the Dallas Cowboys happens against the Browns, because the Browns has gematria 43 as well. And that'd be a 4-5 record for Coach Bisaccia, with the first win happening for the first time since defeating the Cowboys. We got to be the team that was playing like the team that started 3-0 right after defeating Miami. We're going to see a lot of 45 in action for the Vegas Raiders to end the season as it is right now. And this whole Super Bowl run beginning against the Cleveland Browns. Well, There are 55 prior Super Bowls. This would be the next Super Bowl after 55 prior Super Bowls. What do we get? We get a lot, actually. 55 days, 1 month and 24 days. January 24th is the birthday of Henry Ruggs. 7 weeks and 6 days later is the gematria of the Cleveland Browns. No, it's not the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl. Rather, this Super Bowl run for the Las Vegas Raiders occurs against the Cleveland Browns, and it's all going to end in the Super Bowl defeating Thomas Brady in the Super Bowl for Derek Carr, the star, to commemorate Barr's star, and I'll get more into that. Vegas Raiders, including the end day. This Super Bowl run's going to begin exactly 56 days when you include the end day. This ain't by coincidence. This is by design. 55 days until the Super Bowl. After 55 prior Super Bowls, the initials of the last Super Bowl is Las Vegas. Las Vegas having gematria 7. The Raiders going to be the 7th wild card team to win the Super Bowl by defeating Tom Brady, the 7-headed beast, in his 7 Super Bowl rings. Jim Plunkett won the MVP of the very first time that a team won the Super Bowl as a wild card team. That was the Raiders back in 1980 when they had Jim Plunkett, and all of this is going to be happening again 41 years later for Derek Carr to be the next quarterback to win Super Bowl MVP as it stands. In a month and 24, the birthday of Henry Ruggs is the gematria of the Browns, which also happens to be the gematria of the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers has gematria of 124 and 52. That's the significance of a month and 24 days later when we're connecting that with the Browns. Buccaneers has gematria of 91. It is Browns that has gematria of 91. Tom Brady's going to lose the Super Bowl again. He's going to lose this. His next loss is going to occur 13 weeks from the time of the loss against the Washington football team. Exactly 91 days. The last loss was on November the 14th. That was the Buccaneers' last loss of the year before they lose the Super Bowl. Exactly 91 days. Exactly 13 weeks later is when the Buccaneers going to lose the Super Bowl. That's the whole meaning of Derek Carr being born in the year 91. Is that this is going to be a big winning streak for the Bucs before they lose the Super Bowl. They're going to end the year with a 8-game winning streak. Rather, the winning streak is going to end at 10 in the Super Bowl because of the fact that it is Tuck that has gematria of 55 and 10. After 10 games against a franchise founded January the 30th of 1960, which is 17, the Raiders were founded on an 11-day numerology, which is how we know the Bucs' winning streak is going to end at 11 if it does get the home field advantage. So the whole meaning of 55 days later from the day of the Raiders-Browns on December the 20th to the day of the Super Bowl not only connects to the fact that it's Raider that has gematria 55, but it is Tuck that has gematria 55, and this is how you do gematria. Is that the Browns are 4-5 in the AFC. This is the first win since the Cowboys. It is all a direct match. The next game in the AFC for the Browns is against the Steelers. We all know the Browns will be 4-6. We all know the commissioner will be keeping as many teams in the playoff race as he wants. We all know that COVID's going to hurt the Browns. We all know they're going to be 5-3 at home. We all know that it's Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, the Vegas Raiders, the Raiders they shot in COVID. They all have gematria 53. Look at the road record, too. No, don't just look at the home record. Look at the road record. The Raiders are going to be 4-3 away That's the gematria of their last win against the Cowboys. That is the gematria of the first win since the birthday of Jim Plunkett. That is the gematria of the Browns having gematria 43. It is all a exact match. The commissioner will be writing this out, keeping as many teams in the playoff race as he wants. That is the reality. The reality is that ever since the season opener, the Raiders' Super Bowl run begins how many days after the season opener? 98 days. 98 days, because that is the final record for the season, because the Raiders are about to begin a championship run to finish the year on clearly what is going to be a 7-1 run, because of the fact that they will defeat the greatest of all time in the Super Bowl. This is why Derek Carr has 188 touchdowns right now. Because he's about to go on a journey to defeating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl at 18 touchdowns, the first Super Bowl since Super Bowl 18. And you look at Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, Derek Carr needs his 100 or so to pass Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert to stay on track for the Super Bowl, featuring the top two passes of the NFL. These are the two weakest running games in the NFL. What do we want? We want action, we want excitement, we want fireworks, we want throwing the ball, we want passing, a lot of passing. That is what the commissioner wants. That's exactly the case. That's exactly the case for the Raiders. It's broken fibula that has gematria 53. The Raiders are 5-3 on the road when they defeat the Colts. This is too easy to decode. This is too easy to decode. It is obvious. I'll be shocked if the Bucs don't get home field. Tom Brady only wins 2 out of 3 playoff games. When he loses to Las Vegas, it is an exact match. He loses to the backup and he loses to the interim coach. The NFL is full rigged scripted fantasy. The New York Giants were a fantasy. Nick Foles was a fantasy. Ray Lewis was a fantasy. All these teams, all these winners, they're all fantasies. A banged up Peyton Manning can only throw 250 yards a game. That's all fantasy. That's all it is a league full of fantasies. 13 weeks later, they lose to the LA Raiders in the Super Bowl.